Yo guys, how's it going? Hope you're all well and welcome to another episode here on the channel. And as you can see, we have the camera on. I'm doing a reaction video today. Now, normally I don't do reaction videos, but at the moment my Star Citizen's kind of playing up a little bit. I've got some RAM issues and I kind of fixed them. I was playing a little bit earlier today and I was able to kind of go from like, planet to moon to system and what have you. And I didn't sort of get any crashes at all. But to be safe at the moment, I'm just kind of not recording any videos because I don't want to sort of like have anything go wrong. Midway through the video, it'd be kind of annoying, really. We've got some new RAM on order anyway. We've ordered 64 gig of RAM anyway, so we're going to go, big and bold and an excess of RAM that we don't actually need really. But yeah, anyways, I'm waffling on, so let's get stuck into this video. Like I said, I don't normally do reaction videos, but this is something that's really kind of cool in some regard, but sad in others, because this is the end of Port Olisar in 320. And we've now got Seraphim, if that's how you pronounce it, or Seraphim, that's it, which is going to sort of take its place. It's a much bigger station, and I haven't watched this video at all, to be fair. I've kind of like maybe watched the opening 10 seconds and that's about it. So we're going to get like stuck into this, and 13 minutes is quite a lot to get through, and as I say, I'm not really used to doing these sort of like reaction videos, so but anyways, yeah, let's just get stuck into it and see what happens. And yeah, let's hit that play button.
Port Olisar was first introduced alongside the Persistent Universe in Star Citizen Alpha 2.0, and it holds
I
a
remember
special
those days.
place in the hearts of many who remember those earliest days of Tessa Bannister, comms array missions, and of course the old Big
It literally being the only station
Star Citizen's development continues to expand
spawn
and
on.
evolve
That's
life
going
in
back
the
like
PU.
that is.
Port Olisar has fallen behind in its ability to support the game systems of today.
It is a shame. It is a shame.
Certainly beyond.
Because it has kind of been
There's
empty,
a new
I'd
kid
say.
on the playground looking to take its role and its job.
When I first started
not
playing,
its
I remember
place in
Port
our
Olisar
hearts.
being
And
absolutely,
it's scheduled to arrive
buzzing.
in
There
the
were
upcoming Alpha 320.
ships galore coming in, and it was when I first saw the Andromeda as well on Port Olisar, and I fell in love with that ship, and I saw the Caterpillar and all these. There was so many ships on Port Olisar, and yeah, now it's just empty. Now I think, I mean, every now and then you see something, but
Port Olisar was our first space station that we put into Star Citizen. It's gone through some minor changes, but for the most part, it's really stayed the same.
Yeah, it's
just
pretty much been the same.
Easy get in, get out space station.
It's so cool because it's kind of how I expect a station to be, in real life. With the artificial gravity ring.
It was really just a way
kind
for
of
the
see
players
like the
to spawn
future of
into
mankind building
the
a
solar
station
system.
very similar to that. To kind of
So we had to think about how many.
The amount of times I've opened that
went
door
in
right there and
we
it
had
just
to think about
nothing
the
rendered
stores
in, and I've just
that were
fell
needed,
straight into
and
space.
then, a way
That's
for players to spawn
hasn't
in
happened for a
other
long
ships.
time, admittedly, but I'm gonna miss this
I
place.
think that people like it just because it's get in, get out.
It's different though.
and there's
It's not just
that
get in,
kind
get
of
out.
feel. There's no transit loops. There's nothing there that basically extends the timeline and the gameplay.
It's just different. And you got the great
And
view
for the
from it.
most part, it has all the shops.
It does, yeah. I
the
remember buying
average
my first
person
armor
needs,
set in that shop.
Armor shop, FPS shop. There's a ship item shop there as well. I think the initial implementation of Port Olisar, did everything that we needed it to do. Checked all the boxes.
Can you agree with that?
But
yeah.
obviously, as the game has evolved and changed over time, like we needed to adjust it. We've added medical gameplay.
I guess it's got limitations as well,
and, unfortunately, Port Olisar doesn't support any of those game loops, so it became apparent that we need to start investigating a way
It's very
to
annoying that it doesn't have a medical
change it
station.
or adjust it and bring it up to speed.
Yeah, I imagine it's got quite a lot of limitations, to be fair. Quite a lot of limitations in its design, and as he said, he hasn't changed a lot at all, really. I mean, look at that. That is so cool, that view.
Seraphim Station is the official name for what we've been calling Olisar 2.0 internally for quite a while
2.0.
now.
The
What
size
we
of that
initially
is
set out to
massive.
do is to create this really grand space station with a really fantastic sense of
There's no
scale
outside
that players could have a
pads
really
anymore,
good time
from the
flying
looks of
in
it.
and around and also to and from.
That's cool. That's
So
really
we
cool.
had a really good time playing around with different design languages.
The amount
and
of times
shape
I've gone through the
languages that we
rings
could then used to come together for the final product.
In Port Olisar and just
We were
crashed
also
into
working
something.
on lots of shape studies involving the silhouette of the station to make sure it was reminiscent of other stations, and also to bring our own unique spin
I
on
mean,
it.
look at those cargo things here. If I just pause it a second, because I keep talking while he's talking as well. So sorry, guys. Like I said, I haven't done this before. This is kind of, you know, my last reaction video was for a Total War game. So, but yeah, like these kind of like giant containers. So, I mean, obviously, like he said about the cargo, there's no cargo, there's no medical. So I'm guessing this station is going to allow for the whole sea and what have you. I mean, we'll carry on watching. Let's just watch it, shall we? I'll shut up.
Seraphim Station is a homage to Port Olisar in the way that it looks. We're keeping the rings, and
Yeah, it's cool.
But then it's also
unique.
taking all of the existing Leo Station gameplay and bringing that over to that station.
It's much larger and much more extravagant than anything that we've done before in terms of our space station kit. But this is utilizing the kit in the way that we haven't before, and it's
320s having a
created a
white
much more
100%.
unique identity for it than anything else, I think.
100% 320 is going to
the
wipe.
gameplay around it is going to be very cool, specifically just, you know, seeing it for the first time, approaching it.
That is going to be cool. Oh, that ship.
There's multiple
Should have done a
hangars,
reaction video on
view
the whole
rooms
sea,
all over
shouldn't
the
I?
station, providing you with, you know, beautiful views of the planet at the right time of day.
Like, I'm a massive fan of the Hull A and just its animation and everything, and then watching that whole sea video, which obviously I haven't done a video on because I don't normally do reaction videos, to be fair. I like to play the game and what have you, but because I can't at the moment, as I said earlier, I just thought I needed to react to this because Port Olisar is sort of close to my heart, because it's kind of like where it all began for everybody, but it's also like the first time, as I said earlier, the first time I saw the Andromeda, the first time I saw the Caterpillar, there were ships coming in and out all the time. It was busy. It was just beautiful to see. But yeah, the Hull A and the Hull C, I mean, the way the Hull C does the cargo, obviously this station is going to be, you know, the new station, Seraphim, is going to cater for the Hull C a lot more. But yeah, anyways, I don't know. Just the Hull C and the Hull A, I absolutely love the bits, you know, and hopefully the other ones will come out fairly soon after it, like the B and whatever in D. But yeah, anyways.
Extremely large station, probably 4 to 5 times bigger than Olisar. So we have everything that you could possibly need inside. It has
massive
various sets of hangars and habs in the center of the first 2 rings. And those are going to be where players are going to be landing their ships, collecting their ships, and the general gameplay that occurs over there.
Kind of sad they're going to have been landing pads.
At the back end of the ship, we have the cargo area, which is going to incorporate
all the containers,
that gameplay as well. So this is how we sort of mixed and matched all of these together to create something a little bit more unique. We also have docking tubes and everything else that players could need to traverse along this big structure.
Sea there docking, that looks sick.
Has the medical clinic areas, it has cargo, everything there that's needed to support all of our careers that are being developed and
might be my
growing.
new home. I like Grim Hex.
The whole need for the station was that we're trying to focus on and introduce bounty gameplay.
There's nothing like looking out from a landing pad down onto Crusader. I mean, that is something else. That is really, really amazing to see. So this might be my new home. I might have to put RYZEN as my home station, my home planet, and kind of like just use this new station as my new home station. But yeah, anyways, right. I keep talking.
To each station as much as we can. So each station also has a security dock integrated into it as well. That is going to be where all of the
bounty gameplay
is going to be happening, and you're going to be directed towards that.
There is some landing pads. That is cool. Star Wars.
So it will be the replacement, so to speak, for Olisar. Olisar is not going anywhere. We know what a historical thing it is for the players.
We will pay proper homage to it later. And we were trying to find ways to basically send it off. Obviously, I think if we did a new space station and just renamed it Port Olisar, the old Port Olisar that they loved then just goes away completely. But basically, for right now, we need to remove it, and then we'll be putting in Seraphim Station in its place, and then in the future we'll talk about what we're going to do with Port Olisar.
A sort of like monument on a planet would be cool to visit. You know, like a crashed Caterpillar or a crashed Reclaimer, but
so the way that we set up our Leo stations, all of them are future-proofed and allow us to add new modules to them via our internal transit loop and the way that we set up the object containers within the game and load. And this is also becoming future proof for when we add new things to the station.
Yeah, the other stations are definitely much more
Port Olisar,
less restrictive for Port Olisar.
No place to add or grow, and there was no transit loops so that we can fill and block off or open new loops to get to new areas. And with Seraphim, this allows us to continue that same thought process and to get everything that we need to give to the player in that area. Either things that RYZEN is missing or things that Grimp Hex might be missing. This allows us to basically make sure that the player has a local area and a local space station to acquire anything that they might need. So as new careers come online, whether that be bounty hunter or exploration or other things, this opens new ways for us to actually go in and add new decks, new content. So Seraphim actually fixes all of that.
That's really cool, though. That is really cool. I like how they were explaining as well with the stations that are already in place. You know, they can all be added to and changed, and you know, things can be updated quite easily. But when it comes to Port Olisar, it's very restricted in its design, and you know, as amazing as Port Olisar is, it kind of, like I said, it needed changing. And yeah, I mean, Seraphim Station just looks incredible. It looks absolutely incredible. I mean, look at this whole sea. You've got the tractor beams on each side. I guess there's more. Is there any on the bottom? I can't even remember. I have to look back on the video again. Look at all this cargo. This is like, imagine trying to take this out of Pyro, a pirate system, essentially, or a lawless system. That is going to be a challenge and a half. You're going to have like a whole crew for this. And I'm a massive fan of cargo running. I love like space trucking. It's one of my favorite things to do in the game. And you know, hopefully one of my next videos that I put out will be something to do with cargo running once more. I've got like a route that I like to use, and I want to sort of share with you guys, I guess, that route. But I mean, it's not anything special as such, but yeah, I do love cargo running. And imagine a full crew on the whole sea and going from system to system, because obviously, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, how come the whole sea's coming in, really? You know, it's probably too early. It's too big of a ship, really, to be doing cargo running like that in just one system. But this kind of paves the way for Pyro a little bit, because, you know, this ship is designed to go from one solar system to another, really. Long distance, you know. So Pyro is probably not close as such, but it's not far, I don't think. You know, in my opinion, maybe next year. Do you know what I mean? I don't know for certain. Obviously, you know, I'm sure there'd be people out there that probably know a little bit more of when it might be planned, but I don't think it's very far away. Anyways, I'm going on, so let's get back into this video.
The whole sea is coming, and with the cargo decks and
look at that ship.
The gameplay that we needed to load the whole sea, we felt that this was the right time to introduce it to the game.
Yeah, that ship is amazing.
I don't think you can say it's better station than Port Olisar. I think like Port Olisar has become a monument to the players, and it's got its own value. That I think we try to honor that as much as possible.
Close to everyone's heart.
Try to create
some
our
way or
own
another,
take on that as much as possible. So I like to think that we ended up saying that we were all very happy with. I wouldn't say it is better than Olisar, no.
For marketing purposes, it's better.
For marketing purposes, it's absolutely 100% 3 times better than Olisar, statistically.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that Port Olisar's days are numbered when that new hotness Seraphim Station comes online in the upcoming Alpha 320. That it'll be home to all the present-day amenities and capabilities current space stations have to offer. And of course, be better set up for future developments, cargo, bounty hunting, and all the other commercial and industrial gameplay systems that'll continue to evolve in subsequent patches later this year. We also want to give a big shout out to some massive bar citizens that have happened over the last 2 weeks, including those near each studio in Los Angeles, Austin, Montreal, Manchester, Frankfurt, as well as some absolutely enormous ones in Shanghai with roughly 1,500 people.
That's a lot of people.
Followed by Hong Kong, and if I'm not mistaken, Incheon, South Korea coming up this Saturday, Paris the Saturday after that, and then of course my absolute favorite each and every year, Cologne, Germany for Gamescom.
We've still got 3 minutes.
It's a terrific way to celebrate a birthday, I can promise you that. And while we're talking celebrations, CitizenCon, the big live in-person event, is returning after a 4-year hiatus this year with a 2-day event.
It'd be cool to go to, but unfortunately I can't.
It's your chance to meet your favorite developers and fellow citizens in person and pitch which ship you think should be made next directly to John Cruz's face. Or
that
even
would be cool.
How you think a particular gameplay system should work directly into Todd Pappy's eyes. They're not allowed to leave. They legally have to stand there and listen.
Fair enough.
General tickets are on sale today, and you can check the website for details on the when and the what for.
Oh, I wish I could. I really wish I could, but I just can't.
It's that time of year where ISC goes on hiatus. We're going to take a few weeks to recharge some batteries, give the devs a break from having to fake appendicitis every time they see me coming, and plot out the next quarter's worth of weekly content. If you've been around for a while, you know what Q3 heading into CitizenCon is like. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you. We'll see you all here in about a month.
That was cool. I'm really looking forward to that station, though, to be fair, but it's kind of sad that Port Olisar is leaving, you know?
Port Olisar, first station of the Stanton system. Gone missing in Alpha 320 and replaced without rhyme or reason. Where did it go? What happened to it? Who doesn't want us to know? That's where our team of brilliant researchers and recreationists on the ISC gameplay capture team come in, with a theory not based in science, fact, or anything Todd Pappy would have you believe, but instead what feels right to them in the distorted, reason-askew minds of Will, Dave, and Alex.
Okay. It's wow. Oh wow. It's crazy. the NPC with his arms out. Oh wow, that's...
Thanks for stopping by.
We make no claims to know what really happened, and we certainly didn't ask anyone that could have told us. Instead, we offer one potential reality for you alone to judge. For unresolved miseries, I'm the person talking to you now. Bye.
Just the... just the vendor just casually like, hey, thanks for stopping by, and the dude with his arms out made me laugh. Oh man, I tell you what though, that's really cool. I can't wait for the new station, but it would be amazing if maybe like Port Olisar was kind of on a planet, like, but obviously there isn't a planet in Crusader that it can actually be a monument to. Obviously, if it was going into the gas giant, it would, you know, just burn up and basically disappear. But it'd be kind of cool if it was on like I mean, we've done a poll lately of, you know, Daymar seems to be everyone's favorite moon. I know somebody said it was a weird poll. I get that, but it would be kind of cool if it was a monument on Daymar or Yella or something. You know what I mean? And you could go visit it like it was a crashed caterpillar or a crashed ship that you can go and visit and do things at. And it'd be kind of cool if you had like a mission that you could do at Port Olisar, but obviously the station kind of... The problem is with that, obviously, is it's so far away from Daymar. I don't know. It's obviously orbiting the planet and not the moon, so yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, but it would be kind of cool if it was just a monument somewhere on a surface you can go and visit, but I don't know how they do that or what have you, but that was really cool. I like the fact that they explained about the stations and you know, they're there to be upgraded. You know, and Port Olisar was restricted with that, so this is why they brought the new one in now. I like the fact that they're going to expand upon the bounty hunting gameplay. It's just cool. It's just really, really cool, and I can't... Let's go back a little bit here. I don't know. It's just so cool to see. Like, it looks massive as well. What did they say? 4 times, I think? 4 times as big. It just, I don't know. It just looks really cool. I mean, look at this. Look at that long sort of corridor there, and the rings. I wonder if the rings are like bigger as well. It's 4 times as long, but I don't know if it's like wider. But it's cool. It really is cool. Yeah, this is cool in the background as well. I've never really noticed that before for some reason. I mean, look at that. Look at the containers. I like how they've kept it unique, you know. Port Olisar is obviously where it all started for a lot of people. And they've kind of tried to sort of like they said earlier, pay sort of homage to that, you know, and they've kept the rings and they've kept it looking unique, and I really, really like the view. The view of this planet is incredible from Port Olisar, and yeah, I don't know, but it's awesome. I think it's sort of paving the way. This ship here as well, the whole sea, this station, it's kind of paving the way for Pyro slowly, and obviously there's a lot more things to come before that. I get that, but you know, sooner rather than later, I think. Well, I'm hoping Pyro's around the corner. When I say around the corner, I kind of mean maybe like a year from now. But it's exciting times, and you know, and despite the fact that, you know, some of the servers do have a lot of stability issues and things like that, I do think the game is heading in a good direction in some regard, because there's a lot of updates, and they're constant. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, when I first started playing this game, I kind of played it for a little while, and it was unplayable. You know what I mean? And the updates were so rare, and now, like, there's so much stuff coming constantly into it, and to some people it might be pointless and what have you. And I can kind of understand that argument. You know, you sort of think to yourself, maybe they should do a bit more with stability and get this right and that right, and so on and so forth. I get that, but all this stuff that they're doing, adding, like, you know, the persistence and this here now for Pyro, it's just all, you know, for a greater purpose, I guess, or a greater good down the line. And there's a lot to be excited about for this game, which hopefully I'll be able to play soon enough and do some proper videos. but yeah, anyways, guys, there's not pretty much else to add. I don't think. I think that this is so cool. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing this for the first time. I'm also looking forward to seeing and using the whole sea as well for the first time. But that's a little bit of a ways yet, and I can imagine there being a wipe on 320. To be fair, there's no way there's not going to be. Surely with this bigger update, that there's bound to be a wipe, I imagine. So prepare for that, guys. Even though it's a little bit of ways yet, obviously. But yeah, anyways, enough of me chatting and waffling on. I think that's about it for this episode anyway. And if you did enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up and all that. And it really does help the channel out. And, you know, all of the support that you've given me lately is absolutely incredible. And I can't thank you enough. I really can't. So, you know, to reach over 1,000 subs and to keep interacting with me constantly in the community section of YouTube, and it's been amazing. And yeah, I've loved every minute of it with you guys, and hopefully we keep progressing, and I can keep putting out some videos for you and what have you, and you keep enjoying them and all that good stuff. But yeah, anyways, getting sentimental and waffling on. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.